Hey, what's up YouTube? Is Kimberly a weak character? Now, I know what you're thinking. I agree. It's way too early to tell if she's strong or not, but I've been getting a lot of comments and I've seen on Twitch and Twitter that she might not be as strong, including the Sonic Fox tweet that I've gotten a bunch of questions about. I've been playing Kim the whole beta and I even want to stack tourney with her. So I think I'm uniquely qualified to kind of shed some light on whether she's weak and also if she's maybe strong.
Diaphone takes it with the walk back defensive shimmy.
All right, so let's analyze the tweet in question first. I thought Kimberly was strong initially, but I think once people get perfect parry down, she is one of the worst characters since you can just parry OS all her mix-ups and she's very stubby. So yeah, there's a couple things here, right? Let's talk about that and I'll go over some of her other weaknesses, right? So the fact that you can parry some of her stuff, well, it's kind of true. And I think parry especially is a really good response to some of her moves, especially this forward heavy kick that seems really strong initially, but if you can parry it, right? Perfect parry. I just did that on the first try and you get a full punish. And even if you miss the parry timing, you're still at an advantage. You don't have to worry about the mix up as much. You can also like jump cancel and kind of avoid that way. The other thing that Fox is kind of thinking about the parry is, let's say this run mix up here. So she can go either a low or a overhead from her run, but you just see her run, and then you parry, but you're only +3. That's not even that bad. Hold up. Okay, so being +3, I don't even think is that bad, but you can just also drive impact, and that is a full punish, right? So yeah, some of the system mechanics might not necessarily work in her favor, and I think that's kind of the example. The other thing about her being stubby, well, it's actually pretty true, right? Her best poke is this forward medium kick, but let's compare it to some other characters. So compare, you know, like something like a poke like this or a poke like this, which is, you know, opposite of stubby, right? Yeah, so you see how that got whiff punch? And the range is just, it's longer and it hits low. That's the important thing, is that the fact that it hits low. And a lot of characters have these hit confirmable or safe on block cancelable lows, right? Okay, so Jury, for example, she can do kind of like a charged fireball, and even though that is -6, you're still safe. No character can really punish that from -6 range. The other thing that's even more important about being special cancelable is you could do a low into drive, right? And this is really strong because it's a really good way to deter people from walking back. Kimberly doesn't really have that. She can do this low, but you don't really get much damage. You can do a sweep, but it's obviously unsafe and loses to other sweeps on block. So the other thing that kind of gets me is there's some characters like Jamie who not only get this like crazy cancelable low forward, but you get to go into like a safe Rekka, right? And so if this is blocked, you're safe. And then you get knocked down and you get Oki after that. She doesn't have like a safe special to cancel into. So she can cancel into something like this for a knockdown, but that's not that good. So she kind of has to play like these mind games of like teleport and like run stop and whatnot, which is, you know, advantage that pretty much every character has over Kimberly. The other thing that I think is like kind of, I want to say gimmicky, but she has a lot of things that can just be reacted to with DP. I'm gonna have Jamie do DP on block, right? And so like, let's say I do this target combo, and like I try to teleport, well, I get bodied by DP. I try to run, I get bodied by DP. I try to ground teleport, I get bodied by DP. I think you guys are seeing where I'm going with this, right? A lot of her options lose the DP, and even on reaction, right? You can react to this teleport, you can react to this teleport. 43 frames, that's pretty slow in the world of Street Fighter. And yeah, you can react to a lot of stuff with DP. So this is, you know, before you say this isn't practical or whatnot, this is a match I had winners finals at tourney I was mentioning earlier. And I'm playing against a Gal player, and again, Gal has like one of the easiest DPs to do. It's just a charge input, and anytime you see Kimberly do something, you can just DP, right? So jump obviously gets countered by DP. All right, let me try EX teleport in. Nope. Get DP'd, and you see how much drive gauge that kind of stuff burns, right? That could have been DP too, but he was standing up. And you see how like a lot of this stuff kind of DP again, and now I'm burned out and I just die for it, right? You know, a lot of stuff of Kimberly's can be reacted to. You know, I might sound like a doomer, but I actually think this character might be pretty good. And let's talk about why. Some of her weaknesses can be mitigated, right? So for example, her not having a cancelable low might sound pretty bad, but her crouch medium is actually +1 on block. Doesn't sound that significant, but that also means you get a combo. So you're up close, not only do you get frame trap, but you also get a combo. That's pretty nice in itself. But where this really shines is the fact that you can drive rush, right? You drive rush and you're +9 on hit, which means you get a juicy combo, and this is not something a lot of characters have. 2K from a low that only costs 1 drive bar pretty much, and it's pretty fast too. So Jamie, again, one of the best low forwards in the game because it's cancelable, but he can't get a combo from it. See, nothing really combos, but he also doesn't have the frame advantage to combo after. So I think this kind of gives Kimberly a way to mitigate the stubbiness pokes, is the fact that if you're like really consistent with this low to catch walkbacks, it's really good, and you're plus after, and you can go for a mix-up. The other thing is, you know, and then when they start reacting it, you can go for this overhead, and you get a full combo off the overhead too. So her game, like with Drive Rush, I think is one of the best, where other characters can't really mix up between overhead and low. The other thing is, like, think of mental stack, right? So she has so many options. You know, the way I actually brought it back against this Gal player in grand finals was that I started to use some of the options that don't lose to DP. So for example, that's really hard to DP on reaction. But I started to use drive impact more. I started to use the system mechanics more. And if you're looking out for all of Kimberly's options, you know, such as EX teleport or the forward heavy kick or the run, then it kind of opens your game plan to do some of the more nice stuff. And see, you see, he's DPing a lot less because it's really hard to react to everything. It kind of reminds me of Rashid in Street Fighter 5, where Rashid would always do these like fake cancels into like EX Tornado, and even the top level players wouldn't always punish it because the mental stack is just, it's hard to react to everything that Rashid can do because he's so fast. And Kimberly kind of gives me those vibes, and it makes me think, you know, if I can put so many different options on the table, the teleports or the run mix-ups and everything else, that, you know, I could probably get away with stuff and therefore make her a really good character. Because like distinguishing between this and this is it's a lot harder than you think, because they're both kind of like on the threshold of reaction. And where I think this character really shines is, one, like her neutral's decent against like fireballs, so she can, you know, kind of skip neutral against fireballs a lot easier than some other characters between this, etc, etc. But then once you get that knockdown in the corner, she has probably the best mix-up in the game, or at least in the terms of the beta, right? So what do I mean by this? Well, take for example, here's a Twitter clip I posted, right? So after any knockdown that gives you enough frame advantage, you can do a mix-up. So this is overhead, safe jump into an overhead, and then this is use another can. That was a throw, and then you get a full combo from this throw. And this, look how much health this did. This is like almost your whole health just for taking 2 mix-ups, right? No other character in the game gets this kind of reward off of a mix-up, right? And there's tons of different variations. Here's another version I came up with in order to bait the throw. Is you could just do like a walk back or backdash into a normal, and then you can go into high or low, right? And then this is the high that hits overhead, then the bomb hits, and then you get a full combo from this as well. Another cool thing is, like, you know, she doesn't have a safe normal to cancel into. So you think you could just mash her all day, right? Like you could just mash crouching light punch, right? Because that's character's fastest moves. So, all right, let me do some one-stop pressure. Oh, he's just mashing. But she actually has ways to beat this. So for example, you do regular teleport, make the jab with, and then punish with a throw. Or you can do EX teleport and then hit them as they recover from the jab. She has a lot of like different ways to frame trap that aren't like true frame traps. They're more of like baiting out a response from the opponent and then taking advantage of that. So I actually think her on block pressure is better than people are giving her credit for. And once you get them to sit still, you know, obviously you can do really cool things like run mix-ups and whatnot. Okay, so cool. Yeah, what do you guys think about Kimberly? I mean, I'm still not sure. I think the consensus is still out. And this is obviously a beta. Things are, you know, probably going to change. Not drastically, but they're probably going to change. But let me know down in the comments what you think, or if you like the video. Like, share, subscribe, comment if you like this kind of content. You want me to make more of it. Really helps out the channel and helps us make more videos like this. Anyways, have a great day. I'll see you guys next time, and take care.